Okay. Good morning, dear students who are live for this training for the second phase. You are supposed to be in group 3 or 4. The first phase was made by group 1 and 2. And remember the aim for this training for you starting from today. The University of Rwanda has to shift its teaching and learning method to online. And you as class representatives, you are supposed to be the ODeL champions, the open distance and e-learning student champions who might be able to understand properly the learning management system concepts, how the learning management systems work. You have supposed to understand how do we participate in a given activity within the online module. We are supposed to know how do we interact with our classmates as well as other training facilitators. Yes. And not only this, rather you will know how do we use the offline versions, because this e-learning platform has the offline version which might be used even when you don't have internet. So you will see how do we do that today. Not only this, not only to know how do we do things, also we need to know how can we support our classmates to deal with this learning management system. You have seen some guidelines how to join this training, and remember that it will be done via the given module. You have seen its code, and you are supposed to have enrolled using your enrollment key. Hope that you have managed now to log in. If you didn't and you come to get this link, remember to pass through elearning.ur.ac.rw. Then we have login side. We recommend every student to use his registration number as his username, and you are supposed to have your default password. In case you forgot your password, you don't remember it, we have a contact support list, a list of support team who is able to support you by using either chat. Feel free to call, feel free to send your query to the shared email of elearning@ur.ac.rw. So feel free to do that. And when you come to log in within this e-learning platform, now we have the section for searching course. And when you search course, you'll have the option for adding the enrollment key. We have requested all of you to join this module by using your group name, group number. If you are in group 3, your enrollment key is supposed to be group 3, or in lower cases and without space. If you are in group 4, your enrollment key is supposed to be group 4 without a space, without a capital. So when you join, you have a workshop guidelines, how this workshop will be conducted. For now, you are following us via YouTube channel, but very soon we will share with you also a link for Google Meet, as you have requested, most of you. So we will ask you first to register. We have added an icon for registration, and if you click on it, you will see the required information. We have requested all of you not to fill this form twice and provide the real information, because we are planning to have a continuous support from the given information. We'll be able to organize small groups training, And if this pandemic of COVID will disappear, because we hope so, we'll organize live sessions to make you real champions in ODeL. Reason why we need your real informations. So fill this form, and after this, you have to follow the given timetable. We'll have a session starting from 8 to 8:30. It's starting very soon. And from 8:30 to 10, we'll have an overview. An overview for using the online course. How do they look like? How do we really restrict some access within our modules? How do we follow the set guidelines respecting the given time? So we will now be able to participate actively in any given activity set by the teacher, and we will not continue to rely on online versions. As we said, we will see how do we install offline versions. If you have a smartphone like this, no reason for saying that I can't follow my modules, my learning materials. Even when you are at your home, you will be able to follow your learning materials via your mobile phone, even when you don't have bundles. We will see how to install that. If you have your laptop, for those who have Positivos, for those who have various type of laptop, you will see how can we install offline version, and you will be able to navigate your learning materials even offline without internet. So, and today, after introducing the offline version, as you can see, now we will shift to evaluation for today. We'll have some activities, we'll have an assignment, and we will have also a quiz, so that tomorrow in the morning, when we will be doing a recapitulation, we will know how do we access our grades, how can we claim to our facilitator in case the given grades you are not satisfied with, how can I claim? So, dear students, we highly request you to keep on refreshing your page, because in case there are some information that have come to be updated, to be able to have access on it, you will be asked to refresh your page to be able to know what's new during this training. So today, in short minutes, we are going to have live the director for the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning, who will try to give us a welcome remark. Not only that, but he will give us the clear plan for the University of Rwanda related to this training. So we highly recommend you to follow attentively, as well as those live videos that you are following. They will remain online so that you are free to download them, keep on your laptop, on your smartphone, so that whenever you have time, you can replay them so that you can understand what I've been saying today. So, dear students, hope you are here. I can see some of you are participating in the discussion. We have the forums. I can see that most of you are greeting others, you are sharing your problems, you are sharing your overview. So keep on sharing with us the status of your training. Don't hesitate to ask any question. Don't hesitate to ask any question. So whatever you see that you can't get access on it, feel free to ask us. Better use chats. We have a list of people who are supporting us. And even on this YouTube page, I can see that some of you are saying you don't hear properly the sound. Technical team will deal with this. So keep on trying first to get access on this. In short minutes, we are going to welcome the director who will give us a welcome remark and will take us through the training. So thank you very much, and keep on sharing the link. Maybe some might not be able to get enough access to the internet, but we have requested all of you to do your best. You can join your nearest public institution where we can find wireless so that you can get enough internet. And not only that, for those who don't have enough internet, we have provided the discussion link. For example, we have chats and forums. Again, every 2 minutes, remember to refresh your page. To refresh your page, hope you know how do we do that. If you are having any browser on top, nearby the address box where we put the address www, for some we have an icon to refresh. If you click on it, it will ask you to reload the page. When you reload, it means you are updating the appearing information, because you have seen that some sections are hidden not to distract you. We want you to go step by step. If you are in this section starting from 8 to 8:30, we need you just to follow this so that you don't lose focus. Reason why, we will request you to keep on refreshing your page as well as reading the guidelines on each and every section. You can see that now we are still on this section for welcome remarks. So in short minutes, you are waiting for the UR official, who is the director coming from the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning, who is coming to give us welcome remarks and introduce us in this training. So thank you for keep on discussing with your colleagues. As we said, we will have also a link for those who can use Google Meet, so that when we open this, we'll be able to ask any question. We will share this link very soon, maybe on the second section for online course overview and how do we edit our profiles. So thank you for those who are participating. Thank you for joining, and keep on supporting others, because some are saying we don't see the course that has been said within which I have to follow this training. Please try to support each others. You can start your dedicated task for supporting your classmates just today. If there's anyone who has a problem, who has a challenge for logging in, feel free to use this. For those who are saying that this YouTube link is not working properly for their site, ask them better to use Google Chrome. You know, within this technology is being upgraded. It's not static, it's dynamic. For those who are using Mozilla Firefox, when your browser is old, for the live sessions like this, which are recorded using high definition standards, you might not be able to follow properly those YouTube live. But if you switch and you go to Google Chrome, it might work properly. So we are together from today. Each and every section will be given 2 days. We start in the morning at 7:30. We're here. You start reading the guidelines, and we are ending our stage session at 1 p.m. Hope you are following this properly. Feel free to ask any question. We have this chat via YouTube. We have also forum sections in the module. We will also create chats so that we do our best to allow you to have various options for asking any question. So after this, we are now waiting for the director coming from the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning. As now he is ready, let me give him a welcome. Dear Director, now we have started the second phase for training those students. They are the class representatives. They are coming from various colleges and campus. Today we are with the student, the class representative coming from the College of Science and Technology, Nyarugenge campus. We have also a small group for class representatives coming from the Huye campus. They are here. We are using so many ways. One, live chats via YouTube. We are using forum discussion. Dear Director, you are welcome to introduce this training. Thank you.
Dear students, you are welcome. Dedicated to student ODeL champions. We have been waiting for a long time for this session because we know that you are very important in the learning teaching process. You are the most important client in this business. The University of Rwanda is going now to start to teach by using what we call blended learning mode or e-learning mode or online mode. In this teaching mode of delivery, students are supposed to remain where they want. Even teachers can remain where they want and continue to deliver their teaching. All the modules that we have and that we are going to follow when we are going to reopen again are online. They are hosted on the University of Rwanda e-learning platform, and you are supposed now to get access to them. We have been training lecturers on how to use the e-learning platform. They learned how to develop online modules, how to assess, how to give feedbacks. But we realize that you, the students, you are very important also, and we need to teach you how to use that platform. Of course, what we taught to the teachers or lecturers is different from what you are going to teach to you. You are only consumers of the system, while teachers, they are using the system to produce or to develop modules, which means your training cannot get the same time like the one we do for the teachers. All of you, you have credentials in the system, and those who cannot access to it, you have seen on the e-learning platform that we have a list of e-learning officers who support the different colleges. You see their addresses. You can call the one who is in charge of your college, or you can even call me if you don't get him as you like. Today, as I said, I'm going to introduce to you what is e-learning, because we want that you come in the learning teaching process by using e-learning. What is e-learning now? What is the importance of it or advantages of it? What are the disadvantages? You know that everything that have advantages, it has also disadvantages. And I'm going to show you or to tell you how now e-learning is standing at University of Rwanda. This business of e-learning is coordinated, as you know, by the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning. I am the director of it, and we are in charge of coordinating all the activities related to ODeL, Open Distance and E-Learning at University of Rwanda. We are supporting teachers, we are supporting also students. Now, you can ask yourselves why people used to talk about e-learning. What is e-learning? E-learning is a concept which is new in the world. You see, it is made of two words, E from electronic and learning that you know already. This word came, as I said, very recently in the business of teaching and learning. All of us, we know that in 1960s or 1970s years, it is when computer reached our continent or our country. It is when people started to use computers. And you remember that time, people feared a lot. They were complaining that this computer is going to replace them. They were fearing that many people are going to lose job. Even some companies, they used to complain, thinking that they will no longer use papers. But the reality showed that it was a fear which was not very profound. The reality has shown that computers are very important in our lives, and you will see that computers are intervening in all the areas of life of the human being. You go in industry, you go in medicine, you go in agriculture, and also you go in education. So I'm very interested for the moment by education. ICT that we have can not only, as I said, transform the life of human beings if it doesn't go in education. The way we used to learn, the way we used to teach is changing. We used to meet face to face. We used to move from home to the campus. We used to move from wherever we are in the classroom, and we were obliged to sit in front of the teachers. But with this ICT, we are no longer obliged to do it. The experience that we are getting today is an example. In other universities, they have started to do it. Teachers are teaching the students online. Teachers are delivering their teaching online, and learners or students, they are following from wherever they are. So that ICT now is intervening in education. ICT is transforming education, and this in Rwanda appears in all the main policies that are governing Rwanda. You remember the Rwanda Vision 2020. One of the main pillars of it was ICT. We cannot transform the lives of people. We cannot develop the country if there is no ICT. And now, in education, this ICT helps teachers to prepare their lessons. It helps teachers to deliver the lessons. It helps teachers to assess the lessons. And it is also helping to get feedbacks from students. On the side of the student, it is also helping you to get access to what the teacher has prepared, and you can also be assessed online. So it is why now researchers in education tried to bring this new word, e-learning. They want to mean here the learning by using computers. Up to date, we have many definitions that people are trying to propose. If I ask everybody who is now following me to try to give the definition of e-learning, to try to give what do you think e-learning is, I will get as many as you are during this session definitions. So, as you see, some people, they are saying that education, e-learning, is education via the internet, network, or standalone computers. Of course, you understand here standalone, they are computers which are not connected to any network. E-learning is essentially the network-enabled transfer of skills and knowledge. E-learning refers to using electronic applications and processes to learn. So there are very many. You can go even yourselves, because I know that you have been trained how to search information on the internet by using the search engines. You can get other definitions like the one that are in this presentation. There are too many. Now, we can ask ourselves, for us we are in education, where now can we apply e-learning? You have seen that since the starting of the lockdown caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, with REB, they started to teach through the radio and also through the TV. Their teaching material, they are also on the REB e-learning platform. The same now for the university. We have prepared to bring the teaching material now online, which means e-learning is appearing in all the levels of education, from pre-primary up to tertiary education. You understand that tertiary education is the level of university. What are now the advantages of e-learning? Of course, I can say that you are enjoying one of them already. You are following me. I'm talking from far. You are following me. I don't know where you are located. Some of you are in your homes. Others, they are, I don't know where, in a cyber cafe. And you don't know where I am sitting. I can move myself at home also and deliver what I'm saying today. I can go in one room, any room. So, e-learning has many advantages, as I have said. Learners can learn at any time. Even myself, as the teacher, I can teach any time. Of course, now we are doing what we call the live teaching. You are following me live. I can do what I'm doing and record myself, and later I can share the video with you in an asynchronous manner. So teachers and students can do this business anytime and also from any place. As I said, at home, in a cyber cafe, in a classroom, any room, even in the garden. You just go there. What you need is the material required for it. It has also another advantage of the asynchronous interaction. Of course, today you are following me. I can see you. This is what we call the asynchronous interaction. The other advantage is the group collaboration. You visited the module that you are going to use for this training session, and you have seen that there is a discussion forum. That discussion forum, it helps you to express your ideas. Everyone is asked to express his ideas. Of course, you respond to the topic that the teacher is proposing to you. And the discussion forum are going to appear in every module from every lecturer. It's very important. It is now enhancing or improving what we call the group collaboration. You remember, in the traditional way of learning that we used to have on the face-to-face mode of delivery, of course, when a teacher is in a classroom, he can ask you to work in groups. But the group can be made of a small number of students. In e-learning, I'm not going to ask you to go in a group. I just propose you a topic. I just ask everybody to express his or her idea, and other colleagues or classmates are going to follow your idea. And when I give a feedback, immediately you are going to get it at the same time. So you understand that e-learning is improving the group collaboration. There is also another advantage, which is the new educational approaches. We know that many options and learning strategies become economically feasible through online courses. When you are registered at university, you know that in the previous mode of delivery, we used to get the attendance. It means the physical attendance. Imagine all of you are not living in the campus. Some of you are living outside of the campus, and some of you are living far from the campus. You are obliged to take a taxi, which means you are paying money. That is expensive. But if now you practice the e-learning, you are going to keep that money. The parents are going to keep that money, which can be allocated to other activities in the family. The teachers are going also to keep the money for transport because they can work from home. And another thing, for this one, you can be taught by one person instead of getting many teachers for one module. Imagine this used to happen. In one campus, you have a module X. The same module is also taught in another campus, but teachers will be different. And when teachers are different, of course, even if the content is the same, the way they do this business, the way they teach, is also going to differ. Which means some students can get a lot more than others because the teachers are different, even if the course was the same. So this is another advantage. There is also the integration of computers. Of course, some of you, if I ask you to get the software that I'm using now during this lesson, if I ask you to install them, you can find that they are expensive. The software requires what we call license. The software requires what we call the copyright. So you need to pay the money. But now you can enjoy my application even if you are not paying money. So this integration of computers is also another advantage of e-learning. Yeah, there is also some advantages of e-learning that we can say are important for the university. The previous one were important for you, the students. In your different campuses, maybe those who are in level 2 or 3, you have met some lecturers in level 1 or year 1, but in year 2, you don't see them. They are sent for further studies. And when a lecturer is sent for further studies abroad, the university continue to pay him or her the salary. Now you imagine the university is paying money, the salary to somebody who is not delivering for that moment. Of course, That is the obligation of the institution in what we call capacity building. But if we go now in business, the university is paying for someone who is not there. If they have like 20 persons who are abroad for the further studies, imagine that the amount of money that the university is paying. With e-learning, those teachers who used to be sent abroad, they are no longer going there. They will remain their campus and follow teaching from their universities abroad. So you understand that the university is going to reduce the overall cost, because those teachers, they will get their salaries and they are going to continue to teach. The university is not going to hire new teachers because those ones are doing the further studies. That is a benefit for e-learning. There is another advantage: the learning times reduced. You will see it. When we practice face-to-face, we have a timetable. You know that from 8 or from 7 to 9, you have teacher X, lecturer X. From 9 to 11, you have another lecturer, and so on and so on, which means you are obliged to remain in the classroom the whole day. But with e-learning, we want that the learning time be reduced. You can go in your room and you can be asked to read the teaching material. The teacher is not going to obliged to come in the classroom. He can remain where they are, and if the teaching material is already uploaded, students are going to follow. So the students are not obliged to do it from 7 up to 9, 9 to 11. So you understand that we need not to enjoy the use of ICT. The experience has shown that there is a reduction of 40 up to 60% of the learning times, which is reduced. There is another thing: increased retention of the teachers. At university, as I said, if we have 20 teachers who are sent abroad, we have seen that many persons, they don't return in their country. They can get job where they are studying. And if they remain there, we are losing at the university. So the university is getting an increased retention of teachers when they are learning from home, when they are learning from their university. we are having a shortage of experts in certain areas. We may have, for example, in the whole country, 2 or 3 persons who are expert in one area. And if you count how many universities, public and private, are in Rwanda, there are too many. There are more than 30. But if we have that one course, a course in 20 universities, and we know that we have only 3 persons who are expert in that area, in that course, you understand that those 3 persons will move from one university to another one, or some other persons can pretend that they know that specialty and they go and teach. So you understand that learners are going to lose. But with the e-learning, we can take one of the 3 experts and he goes online. Other students from the other universities can follow him or her. So you understand that we are sharing the expert knowledge. This is another advantage for the university. And another advantage for the university is the proof of completion and certification. Don't worry, I don't see you physically, but I'm going to know how many attended my presentation because there is an automatic attendance that is in the e-learn platform, and this one is going to tell me who arrived on time, who was absent, who arrived 10 minutes or 20 minutes after, which means I can use the attendance list and I can give marks for attendance. So I will be sure that everybody has completed what I asked you to do. It is very easy to see. You imagine what you used to do in physical classes. Some of you used to go for your business. When we circulate the attendance, someone can write your name if you are more than 100 in a classroom because it is difficult for the teacher to count always physically. We know that some of you are relying on the photocopy of the PowerPoint presentation of a teacher. You are not attending physically the classes. But here, don't worry. If you don't connect yourself, if you don't log into the system, if you don't react on the topic that the teacher is proposing for the forum, he will see it or she will see it, and immediately you will be asked to do it. So there is an easy follow-up of students to attend the different activities that are proposed in the module. That is a very important advantage. Another one is e-learning cuts cost. We know that, of course, for the students, when we have already set the different material that we want to use for e-learning, we can do it once for 2 years, and this can reduce the school fees that we are paying. When we practice e-learning, you are not going to pay as someone who is attending physically. Now you are not consuming the electricity of the university. Now you are not consuming the water of the university. Now you are not consuming anything from the university physically. So the cost is going to be reduced. That was now the advantage of the university. Also another thing, as advantages, we have what we call on-demand availability. What I'm doing now is being recorded. Someone who is not there, later he can go on the e-learn platform and get the video because they recorded me, and they can follow me. When you are learning on e-learning, we don't tell you that we are opening in September and the registration is finished, we can give you the chance to come to join the university anytime when the course is being taught. So which means that is on-demand availability. There is also the self-pacing. Of course, all of us, we don't have the same capacity in terms of learning. It is why some of you can use a lot of time to learn, others can use a very short time to learn. What we call now the slow learners and the fast learners. They are there. And some of you maybe can have a job somewhere during the night, and in the morning you are not feeling well to come and join the class. But because it is going to be recorded, when you are going to feel free or feel good, you can go and take and listen to what I have said. This is now what we call the self-pacing. We have also the interactivity. We have said it, when you create the group collaboration, there is an interactivity. Someone who can use different collaboration tools. We can have the chat where someone writes a message and another one can respond. We can have these forums where I can write my idea, another one immediately can react and give his idea. There is also the confidence that you are the learner you have. You attend the e-learning, you go on the e-learning platform when you feel relaxed. And when you think that you have finished to learn something on e-learning, that is true because you took your time, you discussed with your classmates, you have asked for explanations from your teachers, so you feel more confident in e-learning than when you are in a physical classroom. When you are learning in the e-learning mode, you don't fear the teacher. Yes, some of you used to fear the teacher. You used to fear to ask a question to the teacher because you think that if you ask a question, the teacher may react in this way or that way. So, this is an advantage for you. You are going to feel confident. You ask a question, you don't fear about the question, you will see the answer from your answers from other people, and the teacher is going to react also on your question, and you are going to feel free. So this is a good system. Even the teacher, when people are teaching, they used to fear, especially for those who are beginners. But when you are teaching online, you don't fear about because you don't see any person in front of you. You just teach. So this is creating the confidence to the learner and also to the teacher. There is also what we call the facilitation of access. Of course, you may not have a computer or you may not have any other gadget that will help you to get access to what I'm teaching now. But you know that in your area, there is a cyber cafe. You can go there. If there is an internet connection, you can get now the recorded video and immediately you get access to the teaching and learning. You know that there is a deadline which is given for an assignment, but you don't have now the internet connection. You can move somewhere immediately when there is a place where you can sit and get internet access, you do it. So there's what we call now the one-stop point. Some teachers, they can go abroad for missions, but because they know that in the evening after the conference or the workshops, they can sit and open the e-learning platform and immediately they can teach or they can get access to the assignment and mark. So this is another advantage for it. Yes, I have said that we have advantages related to the learner and also advantages related to the universities. We have also disadvantages of e-learning. It is a technology. You know that we were supposed to start at 8 a.m., but we started after 9. It's not our willing. We have been challenged by the technology. So this is one of the disadvantages of e-learning. There is also another disadvantage that we call upfront investment for the university. Of course, with the experience that we got from the COVID-19 pandemic, all the higher learning institutions, all the educational institutions, they thought that they can go immediately online. Some of the people, they think that to teach online is very cheap, but I can tell you that the reality is teaching online requires a lot of investment. Of course, you do it at the beginning and later you can now enjoy it, but this is a challenge to many educational institutions. There is also the problem with technology. Technology issues. As I said, I have been challenged. At the beginning, I wanted to use one collaboration tool, but it failed. So we went to another technology. There are different technologies. I want, for example, to share with you a document. If that document is in PDF format, or I can take many different many files and I put them in one folder and I zipped them. When I sent you the zipped file, some of you may not have the software to open it. Some of you may not have a software to open a PDF format document. So this is the technology issues which is related to e-learning. There is something which is very easy that we see in your classroom. A teacher who is sharing with you a document in Microsoft Word, in Office Word, sorry. We know that this is the software that we use every day, but there are different versions. If the document has been done in Word 10, while you are still using Word 2003, you cannot open that document. Of course, we know that the document that you prepared in Word 2003, it can be used in Word 10. So the reverse is impossible. This is the problem of technology. And you will see many people complaining that I cannot open this document because of that. There is also another disadvantage, and we are going to talk about it tomorrow. Another disadvantage related to the inappropriate content. Yes, many lecturers, when they are preparing their lessons, of course, we are required to go in the library. There are what we call open educational resources, which are under Creative Commons, which means for which we have the right to use. You know that every document that you get, you have to check if you have the right to use it. If you don't, the author can take you in the court. On internet, we have different documents prepared by different persons, but we cannot think that all of them, they are accurate. All of them, they are genuine. So if I use it, I am bringing something which is not good. If I am copying a document from someone who has not given me the right to use it, I'm plagiarizing. So this is a problem that we have in e-learning. And even you, the students, what you used to do when we give you assignment, imagine what you are giving as the assignment. We know when we are working in groups, according to the topic given or according to the question asked, some of you go immediately on internet and use the search engines. Some of you go immediately in Google and you write the topic and you get different documents which are related to that topic and you copy and paste. You understand that this is not good. This is not helping you to develop the knowledge. This is not helping you to develop the competence skills. And sometimes you are taking document and you don't even cite or quote and precise the author. So it's why now at University of Rwanda, we have a software called Turnitin. It is an anti-plagiarism software. And in what I want to do in e-learning platform, you will see that some of the lecturers set assignments, and it is now what we encourage lecturers to do, to set assignment so that when you submit the assignment, immediately it goes into that software Turnitin, and the lecturer is going to see the report showing how much you are plagiarizing. It is what we call Similarity Index. How much you are plagiarizing. And the teacher, the lecturer, before now he marks or she marks what you have done, they have to consider the percentage of plagiarism in your document. If we find that they are 50%, immediately I can think that you are copying and pasting. So there's no need to mark it. There are no your idea inside. There is also another disadvantage of e-learning, which is related to the cultural acceptance. We are meeting such problems. There are some people from some communities with some culture who are not accepting to use internet. I think you know it better than me. There are some people who think that when you go on the internet, immediately you are going to meet the ghosts. It is antichrist. So if I ask you to do it on Saturday, there are some students among you who are not attending the class on Saturday because of their beliefs. So cultural acceptance is also another disadvantage of e-learning. Yeah, there is also, of course, the reduction of socialism. If you remain in front of your computer, and we have seen it, many people who used to remain in front of the TVs, in front of their phones, in front of their computers, they are losing the social and cultural interaction. The impersonality, the suppression of communication mechanisms such as body language and elimination of peer-to-peer learning that are part of this potential disadvantage are lessening with advances in communication technology. So when you use it, you need to, to know that there is a time for this and that a time for the other thing. Otherwise, you will see that people cannot talk in front of other people because they used to talk in front of the laptops or the computers. Yeah, some of you now can ask us why you want to use e-learning for teaching. What are now the the strengths that you have or that we have at University of Rwanda so that we can practice e-learning. Even in Rwanda in general, there are many initiatives that are in place that encourage you to use e-learning. I don't know where now you are sitting. I don't know which company, telecom company you are using to be connected to internet. I don't know which gadget you are using to follow me. But all of these are coming from the commitment of our leaders. You remember the one laptop per child? You remember the distribution of computers to all students who enters in year 1? Now I think we have computers in year 3, year 2, and we are remaining with the year 1s who are going to start to be distributed those ones. We have many policies that are helping us to use e-learning at University of Rwanda, even at the level of the country. The government has used the optic fiber in all Imirenge, so which means there is access to internet, which is facilitated. So these are the strength that we have to succeed e-learning. Yeah, now, we are now asking you to go on e-learning. Lecturers have prepared all their modules and developed them. Now they are available on the e-learning. All of you, from your different classes, you have been enrolled in your different courses or modules. Every lecturer who finished to develop his course or his module, immediately he enrolled all the students. So you are enrolled in them. My colleagues are going to start to show you how you can get access or you can reach your different modules where, of course, you are enrolled. You as the student, you cannot develop. You just learn. You just do assignment. You just react and write in the discussion forum. But there are some skills that we request from you. If today you don't respond to all of them, I would ask you to sit and work seriously. All these technologies that I'm going to show you, they are available, and some of you have done it, but you can assess yourself and see if really you are meeting the 20 basic technology skills that you should now have before thinking about e-learning. You can assess yourself immediately. There are 20. You can see that you score above 10. If you are less above 10, you are below 10, of course, you can see that you have now to go back and learn. These are the 20 basic technology skills that we are also asking the lecturers to have. One is the word processing skills. Do you use Microsoft Office Word? Can you write a document? Can you save a document? This is very good. Of course, there are many functionalities in that software. We don't ask you to master everything, but the basic one, you have to get it. Can you use Excel, a spreadsheet software? Here I'm mentioning Excel. There are also other in Open Office. You can go there and you will see. Can you manage your database? If you use Microsoft Windows as operating system, if you have installed Microsoft Office, immediately you have access, Microsoft Access, if it is in your computer. Can you use it? If yes, it is good. If not, please go back and try to practice on it. Electronic presentation skills. Now I'm projecting using Microsoft PowerPoint. Can you present in your classroom using PowerPoint projection? If yes, good. If not, please go back and sit down. The web navigation skills. For this one, I don't doubt everybody knows how to navigate on the internet because it is what you used to do. The website design skills. This is difficult for you, the students. We used to ask it to the teachers. Email management skills. Can you create an email? Can you send emails? Can you move emails from this place to another place? If yes, it's good. If not, try to learn it. Can you use a digital camera? Sometimes when you get assignment from your teacher, they can ask you to record yourself and send the video to show that you are working in a group. Now here, we request you to use the digital camera. Most of you who are using the smartphones, you have camera which are embedded in your phones, and you can use it. If you are given another digital camera, can you use it? This is another skill that we are requesting from you. The next is the computer network knowledge applicable to your campus. Some teachers can take their teaching material on one server or in one computer in his office or her office. They can share that document, a document from that computer. Do you know how to get access to it? Do you know how to share a document in your computer? This is another skill that we want that to get. The next is the file management and the Windows Explorer skills. This is very important, dear students. If I visit your screens, if I visit your computers, I will see that most of your files that you are using are located in the folder called My Documents, and others are in the folder called Desktop. This is a problem of file management. An important document should not be on your screen, on your desktop. An important document should not be on in the My Document folder, because all documents using Microsoft Word, they are having those folders, which means hackers, when they are writing viruses, this is very easy to attack what you are saving in My Document and also on the desktop. So you need to know how to manage the file. You need to know if your computer is using one logical disk, how to go and ask to IT professionals or IT technicians to do what we call the partition, which means to divide logically your hard disk. And when you have more than 2 or 3 logical hard disks, we want that you don't use the C logical drive, because that is also attacked most of the time by hackers or by viruses. So this is a skill that you have to know, that you have to get, so that you can manage well your files. Everybody knows maybe I think that you know to download software and install them. Nowadays it is very easy. You just go, you just follow the instructions that are given online, and you will be able to install your software. Learning management skills. We have different learning management systems, LMS. At University of Rwanda, we are using Moodle. In other universities, they are using like Blackboard. They are using WebCity. They have Canvas, etc. Now, since you have Moodle, do you know to use it? If not, you are lucky today. During the 2 days, you will learn how to use this learning management system. Normally, it should not be a problem because to use it is the same as navigating in any website. The next skill that you are requested to get is the video conferencing. Yeah, when we talk about video conferencing, we can do it using sophisticated devices, but you can also do it using your own laptop. Can you do it? We have different collaborative tools or software that we use for video conferencing. During the COVID, we have learned a lot. Many people now started to use Zoom, WebEx, Cisco WebEx. You have Google Meet. Now we are using Microsoft Teams and others. There are more than 100. And all of them, they don't have the same capacity. They don't have the same functionalities. Some are giving you a short of time. Others, it is unlimited. Some are allowing a given number of participants. Others, they are unlimited. Some are free of charge, while others are to be bought. They're expensive. Some are open source software, while others are proprietary. So there are so many. You can now choose one and do it. If you have your friends who are now in village, you are in town, you can organize a video conference and chat. You can organize a video conference and discuss with your colleagues about a given topic in your different modules. So this is another skill that we want. The another skill is the computer-related storage devices. Since you know to manage files, you should also know what about the storage devices, because you have to exchange your document using the different storage devices. We have also the scanner knowledge. Can you scan a document? Many of you are using the smartphones. You can take a picture and share the picture with other people. You are scanning. If you have your smartphone, there are some open software which are available in the Play Store to scan. You can get it and you scan, and you get the same quality as someone who is using another scanner. So this is also another important, because you need to know how to share, how to convince your teacher, how to convince your classmate when you are sharing information. They know that this is a copy of what you have. There is another one, educational copyright knowledge. Yes, I have said it in the previous slide. You are getting different documents from the web, but you need to know that some of them, they are under copyright licenses. So you should not use everything that you see if you don't have the license. Fortunately, since 2004 in the world, things have changed. There is an initiative that we call Creative Commons, where people thought that it's good not to share what you know. Now, in that initiative, they are gathering different documents from different institutions, from different authors, so that they can become free. And we call them the OERs, Open Educational Resources. You need also to know about the security, the computer security. This is another skill that you have to get. You are using a computer. Do you know how to switch off? Do you know how to switch on? Because sometimes when you do it in a wrong way, your computer cannot restart as you want. Are you using a password to protect your files? When you are using Microsoft Office, are you protecting your different files with passwords? Or are you managing the password as you know? How many passwords are you using? So this is also another skill that we encourage you to get. Now, at University of Rwanda, as I said, we have the e-learning platform. It is made of Moodle. Moodle is an open source. You remember what I said? They are open source, they are proprietary. Moodle is an open source and also free sometimes, but it can be expensive when you need to add some modules or some software or some application. Technically, we used to call them plugins. A plugin to do this, a plugin to do this. So you have to pay it. But at the beginning, Moodle is free of charge. You get it on the internet, you install it, and you configure according to your policies. Now, Moodle is having many benefits. As I said, it is an open source. It is a cost-effective. You don't need to pay any license fee to own a Moodle learning management system. I have said it. It is simple. Its interface is very simple. You have seen that when you open Moodle, you just navigate. There is a simple interface and intuitive navigation, which consists of online 3 distinct columns. It is also easy to customize. I have said it. You need to configure it according to your policies. And another benefit of Moodle, you can use it offline. This is very important. Many of you know that you cannot use Moodle because you don't have internet connection. One of my colleagues is going to present on the different versions of Moodle that we call Moodle Desktop and Moodle Mobile Moodle. So you just download those versions, you put them on your computer, you enter now the URL, Uniform Resource Locator of the UR e-learning platform. When you connect at the beginning, immediately the system is capturing the image of our platform from the server of University of Rwanda. You can work offline, but when you reconnect, immediately what you have done is going to be synchronized. So my colleague is going to explain it to you. He's also going to show you how to use your mobile phone when you use Moodle. All of you are not requested to have a laptop or a desktop. You can use a mobile phone and continue to work. It will depend now on your facilities. Now, when you have a system, a learning management system, when you are going into new learning mode of delivery, you need also to be protected. You need to abide to some strategies and guidelines, to some policies. Now, at University of Rwanda, we have different policies related to e-learning. We have the general academic regulations for open and distance learning programs. It is ready. We have the University of Rwanda ODeL policy. We have the University of Rwanda ODeL policy implementation strategic plan. We have the University of Rwanda quality assurance policy for ODeL standards for ODeL. Those ones, they are available on our e-learning platform. When you enter in the platform, on the main page, you have a link on top called ODeL policies. Click on it. You are going to see those different documents that I'm talking about. We have also some guides, the UR e-learning platform student guide, the UR e-learning platform lecturer guide, UR e-learning module development template, and also the online module quality review rubric. This rubric is important for the lecturers to know that their modules are meeting the given quality. So we are using policies, strategies, and guidelines to regulate what we are doing. When we teach online, we need to keep the quality. Otherwise, people will not accept it. My colleague will show you now the main page or the address of the e-learning platform. And this one is having some features for the students and features for the lecturers. A student is getting access to the learning material. A student can collaborate with other students and teachers. I have mentioned the forum discussion, the chat. A student can work on given activities, assignments, quizzes, discussion forums, etc. A student can access grades and rated feedbacks. Of course, when you do assignment, when you do a given quiz, immediately the lecturer can set so that the marking is done automatically, or he can mark after you have done it, and the marks are going to be disclosed to you, our email notifications. Or when you access again in your module, you will see now the result. So this is very important for you. Now for lecturers, they can create and apply all required settings to a course. They can avail learning resources. Here I mean that they can bring books, links, files, videos. You have seen in different modules that you are having that some lecturers are giving you videos to watch. Others are giving you some links of books or articles to open and read. Lecturers can schedule virtual classes using different tools. They can initiate and participate in discussion. A lecturer can monitor the progress of learners in a course, and he can produce required reports. So you understand that Moodle is giving many activities to many works to the lecturers than the works given to the students. So which means for you it is very easy. What we require or request to you is just to have the navigation skills. Yeah, on our e-learning platform, we have some additional or some functional plugins which are very important. You will see have assessment plugins. We have assessment, we have quizzes, we have virtual programming lab, which will be very interesting for people who are doing science and technology. We have plugins for collaboration. We have the forum, chat, messaging. We have the course networking for the social discussion. This course networking is now under the pilot phase. Some students who are in postgraduate, they started to use it, and others are going to use it after the pilot phase. So it is very important for social discussing, and it's also very important for the portfolio recording. We have also the virtual classroom. For virtual classroom, from our e-learning platform, you will see the big blue button. We have also the Microsoft Teams that you can, that is integrated. From also the e-learning platform, as I said, we have integrated Turnitin, the anti-plagiarism software, so that when you submit your assignment, immediately they go through Turnitin and the teacher can check the plagiarism rate. We have also another plugin which is very important, the attendance. I have explained it. And this is going to help you to keep engaged in what you are doing in your lesson. Of course, we have trained the lecturers. We have also trained some students who are in postgraduate. We have also trained some lecturers to be ODeL champions. And today, you are going to become ODeL student ODeL champions. Those ones, they are lecture champions, so which is very important. And your role will be very important for us because we are going to be our ambassadors from where you are. And we don't doubt that you are going to help your fellows better than we do because you are close to them. We have also our team of technical staff who have been trained, and all of them, they are going to support you. They are going to give you the support services. But we would like that now, from this training session, you become able to train, to help your fellows. And from my explanations, you have seen that students, they don't have a lot of things to do on the platform. Most of the work is for the teacher. You just click where now they are indicating you. So the e-learning platform that you are using is having all the students are registered from postgraduate to undergraduate, and we have course creators who are there. Every lecturer is a course creator. We have managers. These are different roles of users of our e-learning platform. You are going to be registered as students. You have only the right of students, while the teachers can get other different rights. Now, we can recommend something. We would like that you get internet connection and your different gadgets with you. We want that you use also Moodle desktop and mobile Moodle so that you can maximize the different advantages of Moodle, and so that you can reduce the cost of using Moodle. We know that internet connection sometimes is difficult to get, and when you are at home, it can consume a lot of money. But let us use the version of Moodle desktop, which is an offline Moodle, and also the mobile Moodle. You can also get this optimum use of MS 365 educational solutions. You will be asked to create discussions through what I have called, I said, the Microsoft Teams, which is a collaborative tool. But to succeed to do it, you need to use Microsoft emails. And now, Microsoft emails are given by the Office of Chief Information, the Chief Information Officer Office. You need now to get an email having the domain name ur.ac.rw. The people in that service have informed us that every lecturer and every student in the University of Rwanda has been assigned that email. So after this training, please go back and ask your different emails and get your password. If this information, if with these credentials, you will be able to use Microsoft Teams. You can create a class and you can discuss with others. Otherwise, it can be possible. This is now the main recommendation that I can give you so that you can use our e-learning platform in cost-effective manner. Now, to finish, I would like to wish you a good moment with the team from ODeL, and I would like to get you as good ambassadors, good ODeL champions that can help us. And your role, as I said, is going to be very, very important in the community of the university. This is also going to help us to improve or to enhance the quality of education at University of Rwanda. This is also going to help us to keep you engaged in your different modules. I thank you very much, and I wish you good time with ODeL. Thank you.
In this video, we'll
Dear students, you are welcome. Dear students, you are welcome in this training session, which is dedicated to student ODeL champions.
Follow the introduction to this training. Hope you have enjoyed. Now we are done with the first section for having a welcome remarks and introduction. Because we don't have enough time for this, you could welcome the questions right now, but you would allow us to post your questions on the forum under the section within this unit for welcome remarks and introduction to the training. There is a forum, you will see there. You post your problems and the director will be ready to respond to them. So could you please refresh your page? If you follow my screen as I have, if you see on top, on the left side of your address bar, you have a refresh button. And if you click on it, you will be refreshing your page to see what is now updated. For all of you will see that by default, the screen, your module has been updated. Now from 10 to 11, we are going to cover the online course overview and the profile management. So thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Allow me to introduce this section. Dear class representatives, as you can see on this section, by completing this section, you will be able to understand the online course structure. How do I identify a starting and ending time for a given activity? How do we get access to a given resource? If my lecture has uploaded a file like PowerPoint presentation, a PDF, a web page, how do I get access on it? After this, we will be engaged in some activities like an assignment, and we will see how do we participate in a given quiz. After this, we will now make practice. We'll give you a few minutes to make practice. Now, allow me, dear students, to request all of you to update your profile. And in 5 minutes, I will be back to take you through this section of identifying the sections and the components of an online module